Have you ever logged into a client account and suddenly got that lovely suspicious login attempt warning? Or maybe you're trying to grow multiple Instagram or TikTok pages, and out of nowhere one gets restricted, then another, then you start sweating. Or maybe you manage clients from different countries, US, Germany, France, all from your laptop, and suddenly platforms start acting like you're running some international spy operation. And my favorite one, you travel somewhere, open your laptop in another country, and suddenly Reddit thinks you are being hacked, suspending your account. Yes, to platforms, working remotely is suspicious behavior now. So today I'm going to explain what an Antidetect browser actually is, plain language and some technical terms, don't worry though. We will cover these things. What does Antidetect really do? How it's different from VPNs and regular browsers, some real use cases, agencies, SMM, brand teams, remote work. Do you actually need an Antidetect browser? And a checklist, how to choose a legitimate tool and not risk your accounts. By the end of this video, you'll know if this is overkill for you or something you should have started using months ago. Plus how to choose a good tool and start using it today. Trust me, it's way easier than you imagine. Let's clear something up before we start. Right now in the age of AI, almost every website, especially social media, knows more about you and your life than you can imagine. Thanks to digital tracking, mostly without your consent, website owners like Facebook, Reddit or Amazon now have a complete picture of your full identity. Your devices, habits, your job, income, your car, and so on. It's called browser fingerprint. I've explained that in a previous video. Plus, after COVID, many companies have switched to remote work forever. You might be one of them. So the level of digital tracking on web platforms today makes daily work of many social media people close to impossible or very stressful. What I'm saying here, you might think Antidetect browsers are some kind of hacker software for dark web. They're not. Today, without a special tool to operate your client accounts or simply log in your 5 work accounts, social media becomes a major pain. And I'm not even talking about trying to grow your brand presence, generate leads, test social tactics or ads. These, if you're not prepared, can be a nightmare. So, Antidetect browsers help with all that. At the moment, they're used in multiple big use cases. Marketing agencies, media advertising teams, all kinds of freelancers, e-commerce sellers, social media growth teams, brand reputation people, and of course HR and recruitment. And it's a ton of people, so the technology itself is powerful, but it's neutral and depends on how you use it. For example, if you take a VPN, you can use it responsibly to work, or you can use it irresponsibly to do illegal stuff. That's on the user, not the tool. Okay, so here's a simple real-life example before we move on to how it works. Let's say you run a small marketing agency. You manage 8 client accounts on Instagram and TikTok from your MacBook in New York, while your clients are located in Paris and Berlin. From your perspective, that's normal. From Instagram's perspective, 8 unrelated businesses, 1 device, same fingerprint, same environment, same IP. That looks weird from the start. And platforms are built to detect weird. You're already under suspicion, and if you do something else wrong, Instagram is able to quickly shadow ban not one your account, but all of your accounts. Now, it sounds scary, but if this sounds like your situation right now, stay with me because your use case absolutely needs an Antidetect browser. Now, later in this video, I'll break down some more real use cases, but first, let's define what Antidetect browser really is. Simple definition: an Antidetect browser gives you separate digital identities inside one laptop. Think of it like this: you can create and manage multiple laptops inside one app dashboard. Sounds good, right? In Antidetect browsers, these laptops are usually called browser profiles. Each of them has its own fingerprint, cookies, storage, IP address, and to a platform, it's a completely different laptop. So for you, it's like storing 25 laptops in safe containers at your office and simply clicking to get them. We'll get a bit more technical later on, but for now, just understand this. Platforms today don't just check your IP and password, they see your whole identity. And Antidetect browsers separate identities properly. Imagine having absolutely no warning messages, no suspicious logins, no 2FAs, no sharing passwords, just launch the account and focus on work. You can get to grow in your accounts instead of trying to recover them. Analyze your metrics, not survive. Next up, I will touch on some common solutions that do not work. Now, let's cover some common solutions most people try to solve issues I've just mentioned. First, incognito mode on Chrome. Incognito mode doesn't change anything. Platforms still see and store everything you do. Second, VPN. VPNs do change your IP address, but that's it. There are two issues with VPNs. One, TikTok still sees the same device behind VPN, and two, VPN is an encrypted connection. For platforms like LinkedIn, it is safe to trigger by itself. It simply means you're trying to do something fishy, which is suspicious. Third common solution, different Chrome profiles. Chrome profiles separate logins, but not IPs or devices, so it's pretty much useless as well. Fourth, buy an extra laptop and phone. Now this actually works, until you get 3 devices and understand you cannot manage them anymore. Now some people dive even deeper here and say, I will rent cloud computers, RDPs, VPS servers, even rent cloud phones. Yes, all of those technically create different machines, but all of these solutions are expensive, hard to manage, super technical, and ultimately not scalable. Think of it, buying 10 phones to grow 10 Instagram accounts? It's a poor scaling tactic, it's a storage problem. Antidetect browsers exist to solve this in a clean, structured, and economical way. Next up, I will mention some real use cases for this, so you get an idea if you actually need this stuff or not. Alright, now let's talk about 4 cases where Antidetect browsers actually make sense. Case 1. Growing your brand's online presence. Let's say you have one LinkedIn account and your colleague also has one. You would like to grow your overall online presence for your brand, but have no idea what to do next. Now, creating a second account for the two of you seems like the first tactic, just to post and comment mentioning your brand, but LinkedIn is not that simple, it will not let you do that easily. If you try to create a new corporate account from same laptop, you will be blocked straight away, plus your main personal account will be also under suspicion now. Now, as you remember, Antidetects separate identities. Using Antidetect browser, let's say for LinkedIn, allows you to do a lot of different stuff. Creating and operating multiple accounts for your brands, renting aged accounts, using automation tools, like all of these pros do. And best of all, eliminate your risks. Now, case 2, avoiding restrictions. Suddenly your ad account gets flagged, second and third account get temporarily blocked. Why? Because platforms link accounts when they see shared environments. When your fingerprint, IP, and device signals overlap, Instagram says, you are trying to do something fishy here. Antidetects help diversify your risks. If one of your accounts goes down, others will not be affected. Now, case 3, managing international clients. Imagine you're a freelancer in Europe and you have several clients. A US clothing brand, a German car company, and a real estate firm from Dubai. You log in their LinkedIn accounts from your home office with one laptop. See the problem already? LinkedIn sees not a freelancer but a random guy trying to mess with people's business accounts. Again, here Antidetect browsers help separate you from the accounts and also separate them from each other. So the platform doesn't even notice your logins, your laptop, and your home IP. And case number 4, managing international remote teams. Now, case number 4 is huge. Let's say you have an HR and staffing company in the US. Small local office, but most people work remotely. You also have 2 freelancers in the Philippines, an ads expert in Poland, and also a partner in Germany. See the problem here? People log in same accounts from literally everywhere, different time zones, different laptops, constant downtime. People need to wait for an SMS code from you at 4 AM just to work? That's chaos. With Antidetect browser, you can forget that. Freelancers can launch any account you send them. No SMS codes, no ID verifications, no logouts, nothing's breaking. Many virtual assistants already work like this, so if this is your case, you might need to try it as well. Now, let's go a bit more technical, but I'll still keep it human. When you use websites, they collect different info about you, called a digital fingerprint. That is your full online identity I mentioned before. It includes a large set of technical parameters. Your OS make and model, browser version, device make and model, screen resolution, installed fonts, canvas and WebGL fingerprint, IP and time zone, browser and OS language hardware signals, and ad interactions, and dozens of other things. Think of it this way, websites don't just see your face, they see your shoes, your accent, your phone model, your credit card, your passport, even what you like to eat and wear. Now, Antidetect browser doesn't simply hide or cover your identity like a VPN. It gives you a new one, which is a set of all of these parameters looking as real as possible. Now, important thing, on the technical side of things, Antidetects are very complicated and difficult to maintain safe over time. Because, as you know, websites' algorithms change really fast. So an important thing about this type of browser, they cannot be free. Behind a good Antidetect browser, there is always a team working to keep it safe and consistent. Later on in the video, I will give a checklist advice for you on how to choose a good one because it's not that easy. Now, let's see if you actually need an Antidetect browser or not. Okay, you probably do not need an Antidetect browser in these cases. You run just 1 or 2 personal accounts, you don't want to scale what you have now, you're not running a business, or you're not managing clients. As you can see, it's all about your business goals. Now, you probably do need an Antidetect browser in these cases. You run an agency of any type, you want to work with a freelancer or a virtual assistant, you manage more than 5 accounts, you operate across countries, you travel a lot for work, you run ads on scale, and your team is working remote. To sum it up, Antidetect browser today is a standard operational tool. It makes sense for any of these cases. Some companies actually have all of them at the same time. Alright, now this is important. Antidetect is a great tool, but it's not a magic shield if you try to break the rules. It doesn't mean you can spam, create 50 accounts on day 1, ignore platform rules, automate clicks and actions with random tools. If you just saw some guy on TikTok saying just open 100 affiliate accounts and print money, relax. TikTok growth hacks don't work over time. Human behavior, this is what matters. Try to always follow platform rules and policies, especially about human behavior. Follow these simple rules. Don't log into 10 accounts in 5 minutes, don't mass create accounts, don't rush into anything to scale, don't skip account warm-up, and don't just spam links in comments everywhere. Boring scaling beats fast and aggressive scaling. Antidetect browsers are not a magic shield, they are just an operation tool. Again, you're not gaming the system here, this is about stability, not shortcuts. Now, how to choose a legitimate tool, this is going to be useful for you. If you're considering one, here's a checklist. First, search Reddit, see what real users say, not affiliate blogs. Second, check company history. How long have they been around? Are they a real company? Third, company location matters. Your data is stored somewhere. Legal infrastructure matters here. Data stored in the US and China are 2 big differences. Fourth, check the support. Are they responsive? Can you talk to a human? Can you book a demo call? If the support is not real people, that's a red flag. And number 5, check the UI and convenience. You will be using this tool daily, so convenience matters here. For example, if the tool requires manual setup or doesn't offer proxy APIs on board, you will need to do it yourself. If you're just starting out, look at established players like GoLogin or Multilogin. Both reputable companies, long time on the market. Feel free to check out any alternative, but always see if it's a trusted company. Don't get into trouble with random or free tools. Alright, so let's recap here. Antidetect browser separates digital identities. It's not about tricking the system, it's about legitimate use and safe account management. If you're a marketing business or a remote team, this can make your setup cleaner and safer today. Running one personal Instagram account, you probably do not need it. Now, if you found this useful, press like and comment if you still have questions on your case. And see you in the next one.